Right.
Yeah. So this guy. I was just scrolling through Facebook and I happened to see someone shared this guy named Coyote Peterson's post on his official Facebook page. Now, I have never heard of this guy, Coyote Peterson, but he
sounds like a name I'd make popular. Up.
I know, right? But I have to say, like, before we started recording, I was saying that I'm a big fan of. I'm not a Bigfoot believer. I'm a Bigfoot want to believer. You know, like I want to believe Bigfoot's real, but I just don't think it's real. So, but I do follow anytime I see like there's like a story or someone does something. I read all about it and I go into depth and shit like that. And this is possibly the most immediately I was like, well, that is complete horseshit. That's horseshit.
Yeah. Well, I was on the Bigfoot forums where I frequent, and they're all pretty much everybody is in agreement that it's definitely a gorilla skull, like a male gorilla skull.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah.
And they also went into like how when people describe Bigfoot, the snout is completely different. It's more human-like, and the gorilla skull is just too small. It doesn't make any sense.
And also, like, okay, so first off, just Exhibit A, the guy's name is Coyote Peterson.
Sure.
So I mean, immediately, I'm just kind of that you're starting at -2 with credibility if your name is Coyote Peterson.
Yeah. He's also a YouTuber who gets stung by fire ants for views. So
exactly. So that's what I was looking into him further, and that's just his thing. Is he lets animals and bugs sting him, and he goes, oh.
He's like a jackass. No. He's like Rick Lax. Found out about Steve Irwin.
He is kind of Steve Irwin. He is kind of like that, but way less endearing and iconic. Right. Take away actually literally all that.
Right, like the Sheehan version.
Yeah, exactly.
Of a Steve Irwin ripoff.
The Wish version.
Also, I noticed he was having some kind of I don't know, like thing where you could win a T-Rex skull, and if dude has access to a T-Rex skull, he probably has access to $350 plus shipping and handling for a gorilla skull that he can bury in mud.
Yeah. I just love, for sure. I also just love like the pictures are so like absolutely staged, incredibly staged. Which is like, okay, look, if you were like a Bigfoot hunter and you did stumble upon a Bigfoot skull, right? Maybe you'd make the photos look as cool as you can. I can see that. But this is literally like he's wearing like a poncho, like a brand new poncho with like a handkerchief around it. He looks like a fucking Red Dead Redemption character, you know? And he's got like, he has like a multiple.
He looks like he might have stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, no, absolutely he does. Yeah, this guy stormed the Capitol for sure. Mm-hmm. But he's got like those, what are they the Hot Topic leather wristbands, multiple of them. This guy like is a fish concert dude. Like, and he also another thing is that he's wearing a variant of an Indiana Jones hat, which should surprise nobody because that's exactly what he would wear, right? Coyote Peterson. Mm-hmm. But you can actually buy his hat or like a type of it. It's actually called Authentic Coyote Peterson hat, and it's only $120. $120 for this man's ugly ass hat.
He wore his nice hat to the Bigfoot unveiling. Okay.
Well, in his defense, he appears to always be wearing that hat. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he may have just been happened to be wearing the Coyote Peterson Authentic hat for $100. Yeah.
And also, like, the post says, before the government takes it down, look at these pictures of it. It's just like, dude, the government doesn't care about Bigfoot.
No,
yeah, exactly. They just declassify alien shit now. They're like, we don't care. You guys are like, the whole economy is completely fucked. You guys are completely fucked. There's aliens, by the way, guys. So, there you go.
Yeah.
As our gift to you.
You can now believe. You're allowed to believe.
Go ahead. and believe.
Oh, you guys
Meanwhile,
want us to? You want us to lock rents? Aliens are real. Did you guys know that aliens are real?
Look over there, and then they bail out the airlines again.
I can't. Incredible. Yeah, so that's my Coyote Peterson update, which might be a weekly thing at this point because I'm really falling in love with this guy.
Yeah, I would prefer to focus on somehow he's the better Peterson at this point.
Ah, yes, which is a great
Dr. Coyote B. Peterson.
It's actually Jordan Peterson's son.
This is what real men should be doing, looking for skulls in the mud.
I also noticed on Coyote Peterson's official Facebook page that he is hanging out with, or he has a picture with, I should say, he's holding a steak and he's with Kim Kardashian.
Oh,
so he's balling, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, an article written about from like I forget what I don't know, some like Bloomberg or some shit about how he's worth $11 million just YouTubing. The guy makes $300,000 a month.
The fuck?
Off of his
Incredible.
YouTube, only his YouTube. Like that's not even like the hat money that he's got rolling in. That he's selling these fucking things like hotcakes.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I've seen the Zoomers. That's all they wear.
He's earning it getting stung by what
True,
is this
yeah.
one?
By red. Wait, hold on. It's
Bullet ants.
Red velvet cow ants.
Oh.
Which sounds like a nice dessert.
That sounds kind of nice. I wouldn't mind getting stung by one of those. It's kind of like
This is captivating.
we just turn Willow into a coyote head.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I get it. Watching somebody, especially a guy that looks like that, get stung by stuff is kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? It is like a sort of like a grim wish fulfillment.
Jordan Peterson should capitalize on this himself, though.
Yeah, I am about to be stung by 50 hornets. I am deathly allergic.
He's got fire lobsters pinching him.
He's already crying.
Right. Well,
he's pre-crying.
I have a confession to make. I have never watched any of Jordan Peterson's speeches or videos or lectures at all until tonight. And his emotions, where any other emotion should be, there's just crying.
Yeah.
So
he's got one. He's got one trick, and it is crying.
It's weepy. He gets weepy. Yeah. So I have a confession to make. I have listened to not hundreds. What am I saying? At least 10 hours of Jordan Peterson lectures.
Why?
Which is much worse than. Yeah, which is incredible. Yeah. So I think
I would rather be stung by hundreds of red velvet fire cake ants, whatever they
got it. No excuses here. I will explain though why that's the case. Is I'm a glutton for punishment, as you guys know. Mm-hmm. But also
you watched the whole Joe Rogan.
I do.
Jordan Peterson,
I watch a lot. I watch like most of Jordan Peterson's thing because I like that's like my particular brand of like cringe that like really gets my shackles up. You know, I really get you know. But he reminds me of like my philosophy professors and shit, and like cog sci professors. So it's like it's weird. It's like watching, like he's good. He's actually good at lecturing in a lot of ways, which is why people like him. You know,
sure.
But he's awful, and you know, like he connects the dots in like really bad ways, you know, or like ways that like most like students would question you on, or other professors would.
Right.
But people don't because he's like above it now, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's bizarre. He seems like someone that is in way over his head in a way. Well, in many ways,
on farts now too, like way worse than he did.
Yeah, because he's gotten recognition for being like a
edgelord.
An edgelord and like you said, like a decent instructor. Yeah.
And also, like, and first and foremost, though, is he's enjoyed the praise from the establishment as they recognized how useful he is. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I mean, I'm sure he's aware of it to some degree, but I think he mostly genuinely believes a lot of the shit that he says. I think it's hard to tell sometimes.
Oh no, I do. I think he's insane.
Yeah, I think he's genuinely like that, and he's like his fart sniffing is like pathological, and that he like he's not even grifting in his own mind. I mean, I think he is maybe a little bit like when he's shilling certain things. He's like, oh, I'm just playing part of the game. But like, I think he really does believe like in his ideologically, he believes the things he says. You know,
right. Mm-hmm. Or he has an ability to make himself believe things that he didn't because it's advantageous to him. I feel like he's
for sure. Well, hey, don't we all, right? Don't we all? Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, now that I'm a known Jordan Peterson apologist. No, he sucks. He's awful. Like I don't like him at all. But the reason I listened to like so much of it like in a row was this was like when he first broke out onto the scene, and I just was like, I had not heard of Jung. I didn't know anything about Jung, like Jungian archetypes or anything like that. And he has like a huge, that's like his thing, or was his thing before this became his thing. You know, neoconservatism, like ideologue pedant thing. Right. And those are, I mean, from a layman like I was to the subject, which I still am. They were pretty fascinating and interesting, and I didn't know anything about it. I have since spoken to people that know way more about the subject than I do, and they said like it's fine, but you really need to listen to like all these other, you know, as with anything, you know. But they're like, yeah, it's really just entry level shit. I was like, okay, well, I'm a pleb, so.
Yeah, and I mean, and it seems like so, like he really seems to take entry level
pleb shit.
Yeah, to the limit. And past the limit. You know, past the limit where the woke moralists find out who cancels who.
Moralists.
Which is a great transition, right? So sorry, we've started talking about Jordan Peterson not just because of Coyote Peterson, who is his son, and you heard it here, and we're breaking that news right now, live.
Before the government takes this down.
Yeah, before the government takes the suck down, and if this episode gets taken down, you know why.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't want you to know that Coyote Peterson is Jordan Peterson's son. So Jordan Peterson has been banned from Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Fallen hero in the culture wars. So unfortunate.
Yes, a fallen hero. It's because he violated their hate speech community guidelines. I have no idea what the proper term for that is. It community guidelines? That's what Facebook calls them. Community standards or terms of service, I think.
Yeah.
Terms of service is maybe what it is. Anyway, he violated it because he dead named Elliot Page, and the more hilarious that like that's so like that's perfect for Jordan Peterson to be banned for that. Yeah. But also, my favorite was Dave Rubin also got banned for quoting the tweet that Jordan Peterson refused to delete.
Right.
Which is great. I love that Twitter, they don't actually delete your shit. They're like, they say you're banned until you delete it yourself or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like you're banned for X amount of time, but you also have to delete it. So he's not deleting it. So he's in this game of chicken. Like Facebook straight up just is like, just deletes your shit. Like straight up. It's gone, you know?
Yeah. They'll reach back into like 3 years ago and delete something and not even show you what it was.
Yeah, it'll be like, I don't know what I was posting 3 years ago, but there's no way that it was like that bad.
Yeah.
You know, that it can't even be seen by eyes in 2022, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that he would rather die than delete it. So he's just permanently banned, I guess. It's just the tweet itself was really funny to me because he said that Elliot Page's breasts were removed by a criminal physician.
By a criminal physician.
Yes. So,
such a piece of shit, dude. It's amazing.
But it's just like that's a really weird, horny way to look at a trans guy's boobs. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, I saw someone framed it today as they weren't talking about his tweet specifically. They were talking about. I think there's like a macro going around or something that's like a picture of Elliot Page pre-transition and saying like, look what they took from us or some shit like that. And they were talking about that and how like people tend to, you know, mostly men, all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean, actually.
Horny cis men tend to, like
what do we tend to do?
Speak with this. Some people tend to speak with this like sort of like this sense of ownership of other people's bodies.
Oh yeah, oh my God,
and I think that he is, you know, that's Jordan Peterson's whole thing. It's like, you know, I'm supposed to be the what I don't understand is how isn't he an actual incel, you know? Because he embodies so much of the incel like way of life, way of speaking, way of reasoning in the world, and I just don't understand how he isn't, you know,
he's definitely like adopted he's definitely adopted incels. And like inceldom, I think, to some degree. And, I mean, but like
he is a flame bearer in or torch bearer in the MGTOW. Sort of lifestyle.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, yeah,
just
like,
an honorary
he's married,
one.
right? And he's married and has like a great relationship with his daughter, who's horrendous, but but they seem to get along great. They like love each other, and they're, you know,
right. Which means he's doing things right. You know, that's proof. That's all the proof you need.
That's all you need. That's all I need.
His family is representative of all women.
Yeah, there's like he has lots of weird interactions with his wife too. I've watched like him with her, and like, I don't know. It's always hard. It's always like weird looking into like a couple's, like, you know, like a couple, especially like a couple that's been married for like a long time.
Sure.
You peer into their world and you're like, oh, there's a weird dynamic here. But like, I don't know, maybe it's not that weird to them, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's someone made like a YouTube compilation of him being just like weird with his wife, just having like weird. It's really uncomfortable.
In what sense? I like Ashley. I've barely ever really seen him. I've seen like, you know, the highlights.
You have a great impression to have not.
Yeah,
I disagree, but thank you. But
better than mine.
Any clip I've seen of him sticks in my mind so solidly. The fucking woke moralists. That fucking guy. But I mean, what is it like? Are they like weirdly? What is the relationship?
See, it definitely seems like, from what I remember, it's been a couple years since I've seen it, but I remember it being like them, like it just seemed like they just didn't like each other that much, you know?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So it definitely it felt weird that he was like preaching to this, like, here's how you should, you know, operate if you want a woman in your life, and how if you want to respect your, partner, you should act this way. And you're just like, it's watching you like be really like rude and kind of bitchy to her, you know? And vice versa too. But I don't know. Again, it's power. Like, yeah, you know, I don't know. But yeah, so he's like releasing videos now where he's like raging at Twitter, right?
Yep.
Is he releasing them through Turning Point? Is that what's happening? Because somebody mentioned Ben Shapiro being involved, and I don't know which organization.
Ben Shapiro was all up, like he was like retweeting it and being like, "Oh, Twitter!" He's my favorite thing he was doing was he kept tagging Elon Musk over and over again, who doesn't even own Twitter. He's just like, it's not even like a thing. He's like, is this the bastion of free speech that you want? It's like,
you would think they all hang out. I feel like that, like they
do, yeah,
together for sure.
They love each other. They suck each other off, yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, no, 15 whole minutes of him just ranting about how woke culture is evil, and he doesn't understand why he got banned.
Yeah, so. That's not a man who's willing to grow or understand anything. It's it's totally like a political thing for his brand. Mm-hmm. That's the ugly truth of it,
Yeah. The only ugly truth of the whole thing is
really that's it. Everything else is good.
Yeah, everything else is totally fine.
I like the guy. I'm sorry. I get it. Stuff too.
I will. Yeah. Just anytime anybody's terrible, Matt's just like, I like this guy. The one thing that he said in his video that I agree with is he called Twitter like a hellish rat hole or something. Yeah.
Hold on, say that again. You broke up. You broke up for a second there. Say that again.
He called Twitter a hellish rat hole. Which,
all right, well, yeah,
which I agree with.
He's so cool.
Yeah,
that's accurate. But I think that he is a major contributor to that and has
to the
been
rat holeness. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And people of his ilk for sure are major contributors to that.
100%.
I've been thinking about that a lot and how I need to get off there because it truly is. It fucks with me because there is so much discourse happening all the time, but it's not. It is so unproduktive.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. It's actually worse than Facebook for that kind of stuff, I think.
Yes.
Which is
because people recognize that you do actually have power on Twitter if you can get numbers behind you. I mean, if you can ratio someone, that does actually mean something in the real world, which is truly horrifying. But like, for instance, like I saw, I'm not Gavin Newsom, fuck Gavin Newsom, fuck everybody that is in politics in general. I don't know. Guy's not great, whatever. But like, he was announcing something that is just, it is inarguably a positive thing to announce. It was that they're going to begin producing affordable insulin in the state of California. And the first comment is some guy going, "I'm going into debt from gas prices." It's like, what?
That's not related.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, just say fuck people with diabetes. Well, just say that. Just say like, excuse me, but I have a problem. Excuse me, I have a problem. I have a problem. That does not.
You are not. And like, meanwhile, this guy like is living in another state entirely or whatever. It's like it's so much. Just it is shit posting in the worst sense now. Just people fighting with each other on there, and it's really grim. And I know I'm not saying anything that anybody doesn't know, but like it does a number on you if you pay attention to it, which I don't usually. I usually just, like people saying that the pussy from a girl who is Kyle MacLachlan from Dune. specifically. It's. But like, yeah, I don't know. It really is a grim hellhole or whatever he said.
It's a beautiful world we live in. Yeah. It's awful. Like I honestly I mostly avoid it, but if I ever like hit the wrong in trending, you end up in like normie Twitter.
Yeah.
And then you just see the like absolute, just the stupidest fucking discourse you've ever seen in your life, and it's like hundreds of retweets and people responding to each other, and they're so incredibly stupid. They're like, they don't. It's just like a weird, like, I don't know what they're trying to do. Either like they're just like their points are completely irrelevant, or it's just like. Or it's just like them trying to dunk on each other, but they're not funny or interesting, or it's just like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
You read that and you're like, what the fuck's going on here?
Bunch of fucking echo chambers just bouncing off of each other and bloodying each other slightly and making me go cross-eyed. And and that's the thing. There isn't often someone that I agree with in those circumstances, because it's you'll see any sort of news item will come down to like, oh, these like far right fucking boomer assholes will come in and be like, this is Biden's fault, and then you'll have someone else come in they'll be like, oh, this is Trump's fault and Russia is controlling our government or whatever. Right. It's just like the post was about it was just an ad for Sonic or something.
Yeah. Like, that's the like the killer is that it's like you get these, there are people that are just like they're just trying to regurgitate talking points they hear all day on their media circuit that they're plugged into. And it's boomers are like especially bad about that because a lot of them are retired or retiring or whatever, semi-retired, and they just watch network news 24/7.
Right.
So even if it's like MSNBC, they got that going, or Fox News, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like when they've learned to use Twitter too, that's the kiss of death there, because then you get to now they feel like they're being heard or they want to be heard instead of just like their little group of people that they can discuss racist things with.
It's like a self-replicating dumbass gene or something.
I gotta teach my mom how to use Twitter.
Oh my god, you should.
To see, really should. Yeah. We took a look at my mom's Facebook page. Apparently, she knows how memes work. Like, but like
really
actually,
does. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna teach my mom how to make memes. Yeah. I let her loose on Twitter. She's extremely conservative, by the way, and it's real bad.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
In she reposted like a picture. What was it, like a little video of Biden as a baby monkey singing?
Yeah.
How dumb he
Baby
was.
Shark.
Or something? Yeah,
it was a cover of Baby Shark, but talking about how I'm president and I'm so stupid.
Yeah, it was like one of those.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like it would kind of make him a little more likable for me.
You would think. Yeah, you would think.
Biden should be a stupid baby monkey. That would be cute.
Yeah. Oh. No, absolutely. If Joe Biden was a little baby monkey, oh my God, every time he came on TV,
got my vote.
Yeah, Matt would cry.
I would cry.
Tears of pure joy.
He's like, and he has like a little bow tie on. Oh my God. Could you imagine? And he falls off his little bike, but he gets back up. Like maybe a little baby pig comes out and helps him up. Oh my God.
Hand over your heart, just.
God bless America. God bless us. I'm a diehard Democrat now.
That's what you do. If you Dems, Krats,
Krats, that's it. I like that. That's a good.
Listen up, Krats. Give us our baby monkey president in 2024.
Yeah, there you go.
Or else
we've had a pudding brain president who's demented. and you've given us nothing but trash.
Right.
So
at least he could
deserve...
be cute and not like accused of sexual assault.
You've shown that exactly. You've shown that them needing to speak English or be able to read off a teleprompter doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Just give me something cute, please.
Yeah. Arguably, I think George W. Bush was like the first
monkey president,
primate president. Yeah.
He wasn't that cute though. That was the killer. You know, that doesn't really work.
He had a little bit of a, you could.
Okay, yeah, you can pinch his cheeks and
He paints kitty cats now. That's kind of adorable.
Who, me? You know. Yeah. He's now the painting the paint and sip by himself.
Paint and sip.
Primate president.
I just love that he's like really good friends with the Obamas. That they're just like buds, you know, like they're just really good buds.
It's like seeing it's like in like 1999 seeing that's probably the wrong year, seeing the Undertaker and Kane just like hanging out, you know, outside of, you know, they're just like at Burger King or whatever.
Yeah, no, they're at Sonic
before a show. Yeah, they're at Sonic doing one of those commercials.
Yeah. That always gets me. I just love the video, the pictures and shit of like just hamming it up with the Obamas and Michelle just like whacking his arm because he's being so silly, and you're like, I love this country.
This is civility right here.
Why can't we get back to this?
Why can't we get back to war criminals reaching just across the aisle to embolden other war criminals?
Speaking of war criminals, Kate Bush is popular again.
Are you? Yeah, I saw your fun post. Are you a Kate Bush hater?
Okay.
No. Sorry. Yeah.
So I've never heard of Kate Bush, and I didn't know who she was until I heard that song "Running Up the Hill."
Sure.
Because it's just popular.
Because it's in every single reel in TikTok and
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that song sucks. And
you're wrong.
So yeah,
no,
I understand.
I may be wrong, but I think the song sucks.
I understand. I understand. I understand if this were my moment to hear that for the first time, I might feel similarly.
I think I also wrong. Just like I hate 80s ballads like that. Like
sure.
Just so for me, it's like it's also just like it's a combination of I don't like that entire genre and moment in music, and especially in pop music, and I just avoid it because I have only bad associations from like being like a kid, and those songs would come on and be like, oh my god, like how do adults listen to this trash? You know, put the Backstreet Boys on or something. Come on,
I get that. Yeah,
I
used to have a profound distaste for those like DX. What's the fucking Yamaha DX?
Which one? The like synth?
Yeah, the one with the like the bells or whatever that you heard all the time, and like the really glassy electric piano that you used to hear in a bunch of 80s stuff. I for the longest time I hated all that like instrumentation, and then I grew up, and someday you'll grow up too, Matt.
Okay, I hope I do. This song has grown on me a lot, I have to say. Like I was hating on it, but having heard it so much, I kind of like I got the appeal more of it now.
And I'm one of those people, I gotta admit, I honestly thought it was by Placebo. I had never heard the original, so I feel bad. But I like the original. I like the original as well. It doesn't bother me that much. I mean, I think it's kind of cool, I guess, that she's back on the charts because of a TV show called Stranger Things, or a Netflix show called Stranger Things. That and Metallica apparently as well.
Right. Yeah.
Which the funniest part about that is the people on metal Twitter like trying to gatekeep Metallica. It's like,
God, please let them have it, dude.
None of us.
Everyone hates Metallica.
Right.
Everybody hates Metallica.
At best, people believe they have 5 good albums. Out of
Metallica's
whatever.
it's metal for people that don't like metal really, or like they're like just like Gen Xers that they never got past that phase of their they just like the most standard generic metal music, and they never went any deeper.
Sure, they think Slayer is the darkest,
edgiest,
thing.
That was my case. Metalheads are gonna complain if it's Metallica, or they're gonna complain if it's Slayer, because it's just like, oh, Metallica sucks. Why are you putting Metallica? If it were Slayer, everybody would be like upset, like, oh, this is your first time hearing Raining Blood, like.
No, I played Guitar Hero, thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know,
silly.
man. Just grow. Right.
Listen to cop music if you want. Yeah, listen to Metallica cop music.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Although I will say, Master of Puppets, pretty. The least cop Metallica ever got, I think, was probably those
a Cop.
First 4 albums. Sorry,
Willow's a Cop.
Sorry, Officer Willow. I'm getting overtime pay for this podcast right now.
ACAB includes Willow.
Deep undercover.
No, but I always associate Metallica with cop music, because it is basically cop music. Yeah, but that whole like that and Godsmack is incredible cop music.
Ugh.
The coppiest music.
I think Disturbed is maybe the ultimate cop music at this point. Have you seen the guitar that the guitarist of Disturbed?
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
oh my!
No, I haven't seen this. I want to know.
Okay.
I want to know the things.
Well, you want to do the honors of describing this incredible? It's actually very on topic.
For this episode. So yeah. David Draymond praises bandmate for cancel culture guitar. I'm gonna drop this into the chat here. It is. It's hard to describe how bad this is. It is one of the ugliest things I have ever seen, and it's is really a particularly ugly time in this world. There is so much bad to see, and this one is just fucking depressing. It is there should be a link there in the chat. It is it's a Schecter. First of all, it's a Schecter.
Yeah.
If you like your Schecter guitar, whatever. I don't know shit about guitars. I just play whatever I have for the most part. But it is a Coca-Cola red and white Schecter that says fuck in very small letters. Fuck.
Where enjoy
and then cancel culture in just a truly. I feel like people who make shit posts on their like really shitty memes on their phone with UDoodle.
Yeah, it's really bad.
They really forced it.
They would do a better job with this logo than they did making this guitar.
It's like the the hell's it called? Fuck. What's that terrible tasting seltzer? LaCroix. It's
LaCroix?
like LaCroix version of the Coca-Cola logo, where it's like kind of like the idea of the logo, but it's really done so poorly that it's like they should be able to afford to like do this better, right? I mean,
well, it's hard to fit all those. It's hard to fit all those swirly letters on that little that weird little sort of Telecaster type shape, whatever that is.
What does Coca-Cola have to do with anything?
This guy saw this in a right-wing meme group and was like, "Oh my god, put this on a guitar. Put this on a guitar, and this is my guitar. I'm dead serious. I'm like 100% sure this is what happened to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone texted him. His like imbecile friend was like, "Hey, check this out."
Oh my god!
I gotta get this
meme.
Oh shit! I meant to send it to my friend, but I clicked the print to Schecter guitar link. I didn't even know I could do that. That's pretty cool.
Oh my god!
Now they're shipping it to me.
It's like I'm gonna have to use it.
I don't want to go on this, but it is truly a heinous thing to look at, and it is a perfect representation of the type of people that it's for. So it's not a failure by guitarist of Disturbed Dan Donegan.
The famous Dan Donegan.
Who, we remember all his great riffs.
I mean, I thought they were like really still rolling in the money, but they just, I guess that's dried up, and this is where they're at now. Low.
Well, they've been, I don't know, and that's the thing. They haven't even been canceled, I guess. So
I know that's a weird part. Like, I don't remember them being canceled.
Yeah, this is for my fucking buddy Entrapped.
No one gives a fuck about them anymore. Like, why is this a thing? God.
Yeah,
this is for my buddy Coyote Peterson, who hasn't been canceled yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, we know it's coming. Once they find out he's got a Bigfoot skull, they're coming for him.
They're gonna cancel
him. They're gonna cancel him just like David O. Russell. Famously
thank you for this.
David O. Russell.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing me the bad guitar.
I didn't realize that it was I saw it and I was like, oh my god, that is cringe as fuck, man. But but I didn't realize it was Disturbed, which takes it up such another notch. It's like, that's perfect. That's so beautiful,
Yeah. No, so I think they might be at this point, seeing as Trapped is sort of MIA and had their 15 minutes of wild whirlwind, fame shame. I think that makes Disturbed the number one contender for the cop metal.
Okay, I see.
Band,
yep.
Yeah.
That's
aside from Five Finger Death Punch or.
Ugh.
Oh my god, yeah. Oof, God.
Oof. But that's.
Yeah, I don't think Metallica has come out with particularly political.
No, and I mean, I think they used to be more left leaning, and then they went a little more centrist.
The only thing they care about
centrist.
You're talking about Metallica, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hetfield is a little bit of a maybe conservative, but
they're definitely a little bit chuddy. But they're they're very concerned with their first and foremost with their royalties and how much they get paid, and that's
right.
I get it, but also, man, how rich are you guys? You got to be doing fucking fine. How much more money do you need?
Yeah, the I will never forgive Lars Ulrich for the Napster fiasco.
Yeah.
Which was set. I don't know how those things work, but I feel like it must have set some dangerous precedents for people protecting their work. The sort of thing that led to people getting sued by record companies for hundreds of millions of dollars just for seeding things or whatever. That is absolutely despicable. Whether it was an intended, exactly. Whether it was an intended consequence of your actions or not, it's still really
I'm sure he's
shitty.
fine with it.
Yeah,
terrible.
Probably. I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't sleep great at night, but.
Well,
they paid the price with people's reaction to Saint Anger and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of paying the price, So El Salvador, they had that whole Bitcoin fiasco. You guys heard about this? I forgot if I talked about this on the suck at all. No,
I don't recall. Can you quickly?
I'll give you a brief rundown. So basically, the El Salvador's president, who's kind of been leading the country into a more authoritarian kind of vibe.
Very cool.
Energy.
Cool. Yeah.
He's beloved, though. Interestingly enough, even despite all this, people really, really like him there. So he decided to he bought a bunch of Bitcoin, and then he offered everyone Bitcoin if they download this app, and then if they make transactions with the app. And anyway, he tried to get his country and people to be using Bitcoin, and going very poorly. Most people don't. Not only
really?
did people, yeah. So not only did people did people in El Salvador just kind of not use it, they downloaded the app to get the free Bitcoin, just traded it for regular currency, and then just never used the app again. And that was not what he was hoping for. And but also the people who did sell their Bitcoin did a good job. They did a good thing, because Bitcoin has imploded over the last 2 months or so.
Yeah.
So so that's just going terribly there, and they're very close to default, and they're getting closer to default, which would be a pretty big deal for this side of the world. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, he's just trying to do something nice, Yeah. I like the guy.
Incredibly depressing.
Also, not related to the Bitcoin thing, but he also is one of the reasons he is really popular is that El Salvador has a gang problem, a really bad one, and he has cracked the fuck down on them hard, in some questionable ways.
Sure.
So, but generally speaking, the general population has really appreciated that. So that's kind of part of the authoritarian, using that, and just to give you a brief synopsis of the ground there.
Huh.
Yeah. So they got the Bitcoin crash, and then they got the gang crash as well.
It's a great combo.
Beautiful world.
Yes.
Bummer.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I really wanted to talk about, which is another beautiful thing to have learned about, one of our favorite people, Elon Musk.
My dude. I like that guy.
He's back he's back in the news again, for a very cool reason. He had twins. Okay, last year, about a month before the birth of his kid with Grimes. And he had them with one of the executives at one of his companies.
Normal.
Very normal.
Did you know he had 9 kids?
I knew he had a lot of kids. I didn't know he had 9 kids.
I definitely knew he had several, and at least one trying to distance themselves from him.
I thought he had 11 now. Am I wrong? Is it 9 now? Is it up to 9?
It's 9.
It's 9? Okay.
It's
I know where I got that number.
One number out of two bad numbers together. Do you think he's fucking Nick Cannon?
Who does he think he is? It's not Nick Cannon.
Imagine if he was fucking Nick Cannon, dude.
Aw. That's some powerful sperm.
Yeah. Just creating...
They managed to impregnate each other somehow?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of self-replicating dumbasses.
Right. Well,
I'm not calling Nick Cannon a dumbass. I don't really have
Nick Cannon's fine. He just likes to fuck raw, and that's all right as long as you can support all your 500 children. But Elon was talking about how he's doing his part to repair the demographic disaster.
Yeah. What a cool dude.
Sure.
Yeah. What are the kids named? Is it Beep and Boop? What are they?
I don't know. I don't know their names, but I know that they're like the reason that we even know about them is because they file like the lady that he had. Her name was like something Zillis, starts with an X, and but she, I think it was I forget what company it was that she's a Neuralink, right? Neuralink, there you go.
Okay.
So she like made a petition or not a petition, I forget the name of it. Like but she filed paperwork to have the children's last names changed to his, which is public record. So that's how they found out because he was never even going to say anything about him. He was just going to have these twins and then just let it ride.
Right. So, man.
Yeah. Can people stop fucking Elon Musk, dude? Look, what the fuck, man? That guy sucks so bad. Ugh.
She's
that one I
super
really
horny
don't
for
get.
him. She was posting on Twitter about how
That-
much she respects him as a man.
Yeah, I mean, some people really go for the kind of guy he is, the kind of weird, obsessive until he's done with you kind of guy. The kind of guy who won't give up on you and then gives up on you as soon as you apparently let him impregnate you.
What's twins?
Yeah. He has a history of being just a terrible partner.
Yeah, his first wife was like she referred to herself as his training wife, I believe. You know, she was not pleased. And he ditched her real quick. You know, I think she had like 3 of his kids or some shit like that, and then he pieced out after that. He's a winner. Yeah, this guy's a cool dude.
Doing his part.
Sure.
Doing his part.
Doing his part. Yeah.
Up yours, Wolf Mob.
I just like it just seems so crazy. Isn't that like wildly unprofessional? I'm trying to think of the companies I've worked at. If the CEO impregnated another board member or whatever, like another the CFO or whatever, she was like an executive, you know. That would be like a big deal and like a clear breach of HR policy. Like, I mean, I don't know what you'd have to like disclose that, or like someone would have to like step down from their position and then fill it. And I just insane, man. That would make me so uncomfortable if I worked as in like any kind of management position at that company.
Yeah. Because what are you? Yeah, I don't know. It's the funny thing is how like sort of unfazed everybody is about it at the moment, you know, because there's just so much bullshit going on, like Elon Musk having secret kids with an executive at one of his companies. Yeah. Just sort of feels like, oh yeah, okay.
I was just like, yeah, that checks out, whatever. He also tried to bribe a girl for a handy with a horse. So it's like it's just things that you kind of like expect from Elon Musk at this point.
Yeah. I literally forgot about that already.
Yeah, because he inundates you with so much shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God, he really, that just like, that was on there, and I remember thinking for a minute, this might actually do him in. Actually do him in. And then, but nope, it just like was, for a week people talked about it, and then everyone was just like, oh yeah, the hand job horse thing. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
that's funny, I guess.
I would do that.
That's sure.
Yeah. I would do that.
I would both offer a woman a horse for a hand job and also do a hand job for a horse. So
of course,
yeah. So
of course,
but not
a horse, of course. A hand job, of course.
I wouldn't give. Just saying, we would not. Just as a podcast, as a show, we would not give a horse a hand job. I want everybody to understand.
Willow speaks for herself only.
Yeah. We were at a furry convention last weekend.
We were at a furry convention.
That's true. I almost had forgotten to ask you all about that. How did that go?
Exactly how you would think. You saw the pictures.
I did.
It smelled really bad in Pittsburgh.
It did. It really did. Like, we want to joke, but it literally did smell bad. Like,
I mean, horse tits get pretty stinky even at, you know, when they're normal size. So
the dancing horse tit person didn't smell, actually.
Okay,
they smelled
that
fine.
Actually doesn't surprise me. They looked like they carried themselves very well.
Yeah, they did.
When the furries are in the suit, it's fine. because I think they take care of the suits. They do not take care of themselves, because when they're out of the suits, it was strong smelling in every restaurant that we went in.
Well, I guess, I mean, we don't like take out our like skeletons and organs and stuff and clean them. So that's kind of the same
they clean their
exactly
logic for them.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You keep your persona clean. Yeah.
Well, we didn't pay for tickets to get into the actual place, the actual like convention, because it was $35 a person, and I knew that all I wanted to do was like walk around there. I definitely wasn't gonna go to like how the like seminar on how to write furry erotica. I wasn't about to go there. I'm not.
We were tempted. We were tempted, though.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't imagine the smell there. That really. After entering the elevator with a group of 6 of them, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to actually be at the furry convention. I could go outside and walk around the furry convention, but being inside of an enclosed space with them was very difficult.
Yeah, that's when you realized you were out of your element, and I respect that you recognized that immediately.
A lot of freaks, though.
Yeah, yeah, lots of
a lot of freaks.
We say this with love. Again, I'm speaking for myself, but
they're not hurting anybody.
Honestly, like they were really nice.
They were super nice. We got invited to a rave.
Yeah. No, everyone was, they were like always super friendly. And we had one guy asked us, this was actually kind of funny. We walked into the elevator, and there's like a moment of silence. And then this like young guy looks at us and goes, "Hey, what do you think of all the freaks here? Are you here for are you one of the freaks, or are you just watching the freaks?" And we're like, and I was kind of like, yeah, I actually kind of like it. It's pretty fun to see the freaks. And then there's an older guy who looked similar to the young guy, and he goes, "Yeah, well, he's one of them freaks." And it was just the guy's dad. He had brought his son to the fucking furry convention.
Oh,
so
that's really sweet.
It was actually very sweet, and the kid had a I say kid, he was kind of in his 20s, but he was he had a good sense of humor about it, because he could tell we were not giving off furry vibes like everyone else in the hotel that we were walking in, and it's a beautiful world.
10 out of 10 experience. It is a beautiful world.
That's great. Next year will be even better.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make it a thing. I'm going to start going.
Going to Pittsburgh every year for the furry parade?
Yeah. The Uber driver was a big fan of the furries.
Yeah, he gave us the rundown of the history. Like, apparently, the governor was, super right-wing or something, and then, the furries came to him and were just like, we want to have, a convention here in Pittsburgh. And, it's like pets. And then the governor misunderstood and was just like, yeah, I like pets. And then they signed a 10-year contract. And now the furry convention and the furry parade, that they have a furry parade in Pittsburgh, is every year, for the next, 10 years.
Incredible. Yeah. That's absolutely incredible. I really respect them. And now I would like to draft some sort of a plan to get the furries to make some real change happen, because I don't think anyone else is able to make that happen.
We want a furry president. We want a furry revolution.
Fist up.
That would be the That would be the next best thing. That's what this is. Paw up. We are going to get our baby monkey furry president. That could happen.
I think so. I would. Irony aside, I think the world might be a better place if we replaced the parties with 2 furry parties.
100%, I agree.
Mm-hmm. I think America would be definitely a better place.
Absolutely.
All right, I think we could wrap up here because I think that we've established we're a pro furry podcast, and we can never renege on that forever.
Nope.
Absolutely. And next week we will also welcome in the bronies.
I would have a brony on. We should have a brony.
I bet I could find one. I'll find one.
Okay. Get one of the good ones.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks for listening, everyone. Check us out on Facebook at The Suck Pod. And yeah, thanks for listening.
Yep. And
Bye.
until next
Bye.
time, we'll see who cancels.
Let's see who cancels who, bitch.
Up yours. Wolf Moralist.